moon, get your ticket now. Everybody line up, get your tickets, we're going. Did you buy the tip? Yeah. Do you like rocket ships? Oh, what yeah. You wanna try this shit? Yeah. We got everything you need, you better buy some bitty now. Everybody, long live Ponzi. Everybody, long live the Ponzi ride. Never short it. Bitcoin's back, alright.
Yes, indeed, Bitcoin is back. All right, baby, hold on to your hats. Welcome to SirToshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's day is Friday. Oh, it's Friday. I keep forgetting what day it is. Friday, the 9th of July 2021. Let's be gone. Let's get into it. Here we go. Rock and roll. Oh, let's do some DIY first of all. There we go. Looking good. Right, so starting from left to right, we've got Corecoin, we've got Bcrash, we've got Bitcoin, which is BSV, which makes it what is the original protocol, which makes it the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin. And then we've got Amory's Fisher Price Cash on the end. So we'll start off with Corecoin, and we'll just see if we can let Peter McCormack explain this picture for us. So Pete, if you'd like to go ahead and sort of like tell us what's happened with Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
Oh, well, that's why I've started calling it a Corecoin. I mean, is it anything like Bitcoin at all?
It's a completely different project.
Really? Well, I mean, what if Satoshi came back? I mean, does his opinion count anymore? I mean, the reason you got into this is because everyone was praising the white paper and how brilliant it was. I mean, does it not matter who he is?
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
Really? But I mean, what if he came back and he was obviously a little bit upset with the fact that you've completely changed his project?
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin.
Why not? I mean, like, surely he would have to have some opinion. I mean, he created this thing, and you've basically effed it up by the sounds of it.
I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
Well, I mean, if you're saying that it's completely different now from when he was here, and it's an entirely different project, I mean, what is Bitcoin based on now if it's not a peer-to-peer electronic cash system?
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Are you sure about that, Pete? I'm not sure that I believe you because you didn't actually sound too sure of yourself. Let's have that one more time.
Project Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
What, like it wasn't before? Seriously? So anyway, what Pete's trying to explain is basically Bitcoin started off as a peer-reviewed academic white paper. The system was fantastic. He went and effed it up, but they socially engineered control of the ticker symbol by implementing SegWit, which turned Bitcoin from a commodity to a security and crashed its fundamental value to zero, meaning that now it's a complete waste of time. And we'll let Tony Vase explain why he is also confused about it.
Why do you think BTC is valuable?
It's valuable because it's the only unconfiscatable asset we have, and that is because that comes from its decentralization. I think Bitcoin is the only valuable crypto asset we have because of the nature of how it started in its first few years.
And when you say Bitcoin, you mean BTC, right?
Absolutely.
But are you aware that in 2017, they changed the rules so that BTC no longer follows the Bitcoin white paper?
That is not true at all.
The white paper says that there needs to be a chain of signatures.
Sure.
Okay, so that's not what we have anymore. That's how SegWit changed that.
Okay, but it's still Bitcoin.
Nice one, Tone. And Roger, so you've obviously tried to tamper with the protocol as well, and you've added Schnorr signatures, which basically means that there's no reasonable expectation in trade, which means that it's impossible for large companies to have any legal recourse in trade. So what's your response to all those multinational companies who conduct billions, if not trillions, of global trade on an annual basis, and say that they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to do that?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, like that sounds like a good solution, you fool. And what are you going to do with your centralized project?
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua. Yeah,
good luck with that, mate. Yeah, B-Crash, that's why we call it B-Crash. Excellent. So let's have a look at these then. So Core Coin, B-Crash, Bitcoin. So we've got Bitcoin here, hash rate 0.38%. Good grief, network nodes 1.4. Transactions, they look 58.8, and block size 77%. So we'll just have a quick word with Craig Oshing and Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, and ask him what his expectations are in terms of Bitcoin, for his expectations in price, which is going to be a reflection of its value, which is a reflection of its utility. What do you want from that, Craig?
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin.
Sounds good to me, mate. I mean, when you strip everything down to the bare bones, is that kind of like your sole motivation for it? Is that it?
That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Well, it certainly sounds like an ambitious project, but I'm up for that. So you let me help out and I'll stick my foot right in. Yes, indeed. So let's have a look at these blocks here. There we go. Let's line the screen up nicely. So let's just have a quick chat with my man, Michael Saylor. So Michael, how you doing? Welcome to the show. So, I always love your sort of positive energy in the mornings. What do you say to all those people that think, Bitcoin should be changed and tampered with in comparison to the white paper that you recently read?
I like Bitcoin the way it is.
Oh, well, so do we, Michael. But we really like it. How do you compete with that?
In fact, I love Bitcoin the way it is.
All right, mate, calm down. Well, you can't just leave it there. You're going to have to explain yourself. What is it about Bitcoin that you love?
The way it's currently constructed, it is possible to put all $250 trillion of monetary energy.
Whoa, $250 trillion of monetary energy. Where's that going to go?
In big blocks of encrypted energy on the blockchain.
Well, they do sound like big blocks. What sort of numbers are we talking about?
Maybe the Bitcoin will be $1 million. You can probably calculate $10 million of Bitcoin or something.
Whoa, $10 million per Bitcoin or something. I mean, where's that going to fit and where's it going to go?
Big blocks, $100 million chunks on the blockchain.
I thought so. Let's have a look at these big blocks then, shall we? So, yeah, look at all these megabyte blocks coming through. Looking beautiful. Beautiful. So these are all the megabytes on Bitcoin. 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 6, 8, 10, 13, 4, 3, 1, 5, 29, 2, 8, 5, 4. All those megabyte blocks. And Amory's still struggling to get all of his blocks over a kilobyte. And B-Crash, oh dear, how many blocks have they got over a megabyte today? 1, 2, 3, is that it? God, dear, oh dear. And Core Coin, look at that, they've still got skin. They still can't fill all their puny blocks. Dear, oh dear, it's not looking good. You know, that SegWit protocol can just do one. An absolute waste of time. So hash rate by network. So hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Boom. Yes, indeed. So proof of work by now again, Core Coin, B-Crash, Fisher Price Cash will just simply fall into their own footprints. B-Crash Bitcoin hash rate, who cares? B-Crash Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? It is currently 8,400 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Core Coin, and it's cheaper than all these other fraud coins on the network as well. Wow, look at this. It is 25% more profitable to mine on Core Coin. Wow. Wow, that is huge. That's huge. That shows you the competition for Bitcoin. In fact, you know, I mean, look at this. I'll tell you how raw it is. Just have a look at this. So I said here, look, Huobi, they want to get their dirty little mitts on BSV any way they can. This is a long-term buy signal. Look. So Scott here had said in his tweet, Huobi have disabled BSV deposits and withdrawals. Well, no advance warning was given of this change. They're saying you can use an ERC20 and HECO. That's useless to me. If you want BSV to buy and use, this is not the exchange for you. Looks like I need a new exchange. Look at this. So they're actually said here, dear customer, thank you for contacting Cloud Customer Support Services Support Team. This email is in response to your below questions. Hi, at present only the deposit and withdrawals of ERC20 and HECO chain is supported. If you need to withdraw now, you can consult the customer service for the receiving platform whether these two chain types are supported, and check important information such as contract address and chain type to avoid assets lost. Well, that's outrageous. That is outrageous, honestly. They are literally trying every trick in the book to now get their hands on the genuine Bitcoin, because they can't mine it, because the competition on it is too fierce. Look at that. They're desperately trying to get on the protocol, but they don't have the technical know-how to be able to do it. That's hilarious. Well, that's hilarious. And why would they want to be mining it when it's 25.9% more profitable to mine on Corecoin? Just keep mining that piece of crap. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So daily average Bitcoin block size per network. Let's have a look at this proportionally. Bitcoin Mac in it. Loving that. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network. Bitcoin winning. Daily Bitcoin transactions per block by network. Bitcoin winning. Daily Bitcoin fees. This is fees in the block, so it's to do with transaction volume. I mean, obviously, Corecoin's up there because they've got huge transaction fees, transaction fee costs, not fees in the block. Well, they representative of fees in the block, but that's not a good sign for them. Fees SirToshi's, again, they've got the same problem. So this is block fee, which is the fees in the block, to block reward ratio. So we've got the percentages here. Again, we'll just monitor this with time, because as Laura Shin will explain later on, that it's eventually the block fee that will surpass the block rewards that will hopefully economically sustain the network indefinitely. That's how it works. So daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Let's just have a look at this here. Beautiful. Move this along a little bit. Where are we now? So look at that. So 402 gigabytes, 402.4. Let's have a look to see how far we're. 46.42. God, we're motoring along. Absolutely motoring. Loving that. It's almost like, it seems like a gigabyte a day. It's brilliant. I love what I'm seeing here. That's real utility, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we love it. So let's have a quick word with Craig to ask him what we can, tell us what we can expect from Bitcoin in the future.
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
They're massive blocks, Michael Saylor. What do you think of that?
We've tested 1 million transactions a second.
Amazing.
And transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
Basically transactions that can run operating systems. Loving that. And the rest of it, Craig?
Can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Absolutely amazing, because it is the world's first ever commercial internet. It is beautiful, a beautiful system, yes indeed. So global hash rate 7 days, global hash rate 24 hours, this is a 24-hour hash rate on Corecoin, 24-hour hash rate on Bcrash. Oh, look at that. Let's have a look at the mining profitability quickly on Bcrash. It's currently 0.8% more profitable to mine on Bcrash. So they're basically stuck as they are. There's no point in moving any hash rate on or off the chain. That's hilarious. So we've got Bitmain with 60% of the hash rate on Bcrash. And remember, this protocol that they're mining is absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless. Along with Corecoin as well. It's fundamentally worthless because, as Peter McCormack explained, it's completely changed. It's a completely different project. It's nothing like Bitcoin, which means it's nothing like this one. This is the genuine Bitcoin. Look at this. Tau with 72.2% of the hash rate. Absolutely macking it. So they're expecting big things in the future. So via BTC, that's good to see them being squeezed. Hathor on there, 8.3. Good to see SV Pool on there. Mining Dutch, solo mining, not sure about that, and others, you know, but good to see some true Bitcoin things on there. And this is Anne-Marie's Fisher Price cash. Oh dear, honestly, absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Just completely relying on Hathor merge mining. Brilliant. So the reason we're trying to squeeze all the shitcoin enterprises off the chain is because the only thing they understand is price manipulation and price suppression. But remember, it's not a share, it's not an equity, it's just simply suppressing the price of data. The price makes no difference whatsoever. The lower the price just means you get better value for money when you buy it. It's hilarious. So let's have a look at their poor attempt at trying to quash the project. Here we go. So these are the short positions they're manipulating. So start off here. There we go. So a nice starts off with 90% short ratio, and we're probably at 92. What a joke. People have no clue. And a core coin. There we are. So obviously this was during the recent dump that was building up to the dump. So more importantly, where are we now? 14% short positions. Look at that. People losing faith in this big dog. They're starting to realise that it's absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless. Maybe they're listening to my show. Who knows? And let's have a look at the Bitcoin blockchain working live in front of our very eyes. Whoa, what's this? Oh, that was like 101 transactions per second then. Down to 35. 35 transactions a second, firing on all cylinders. So the friend newbies watching the show, the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. And the transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network instantly the moment they're broadcast, and they're picked up by 50% of the nodes, which happens immediately because the Bitcoin network is an ultra small world network. It basically means as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to zero, making it ultra small world and highly sparse respectively. It also means that the network formulation can lead to an improved topology against malicious attacks, which means just if a node goes down, another one takes its place. That's it. It's a phenomenal system. So once the transactions are recognized by more than 50% of the nodes on the network, they're then thrown into the memory pool, which is when they're competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, and then place the block on the blockchain, which you can see down here, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. So in this 88 megabyte block here, you can see in the highlighted rectangular box below, we've got the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and the total fees. And in that block, there was $234.82 of fees. So it's these fees which will eventually surpass the block reward, as the block reward continues to get cut in half every 210,000 blocks, which we will let Laura Shin explain, but just have a quick look at the chart to see any movers and shakers first of all. Still the same, that's alright, always worth checking. Right, here we go. So take the floor, Laura Shin.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple of halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough to replace the block reward when the time comes because it's been purposely restricted to 1 megabyte, which means it can only do 7 transactions per second if all the stars align. Do you honestly think that 7 transactions a second was meant to economically sustain and service all of this lot? I mean, look at the sizes. Can you imagine a network like this surviving on 7 transactions a second? It's absolutely hilarious. You know, when you think about it, like, honestly, 7 transactions a second for all of this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Laughable. Absolutely laughable. So let's have a look, see how many transactions we've got on the entire CMC. That's coin market caps at 12.7%. But we know that XRP and Ethereum are absolutely fundamentally useless and worthless anyway. So we're just going to have to let David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, explain that XRP is absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
Good question. How did Ripple end up with half the supply of XRP?
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs.
Remind me to go and have a look up the economic theory of being sort of up for grabs.
And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Brilliant. Let's have that one more time, David. How do the developers get it?
The people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Is that because they grabbed it? Honestly, absolutely hilarious. And Ethereum, knowing that it couldn't scale, let's have a listen to some of their developers admitting just that.
It scales somewhat.
It hardly scales at all.
Plans or initial thinking. We knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
More like, fail, dear oh dear. And transaction, here we go. Transactions 24 hours, 3 years on the log curve. Can you spot Bitcoin? Yes, this is Bitcoin in the purple, in the mix. Loving that, loving that. And scaling testnet, we're just checking the figures here. Yep, all right, still the same. And let's talk to Shadows about Terranode.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Terranode that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems.
Oh, amazing. Loving what I'm hearing here. And let's have a listen to the disclaimer.
For reference, we don't think that the Bitcoin SV software would be able to handle a validation rate like that at this point in time.
And the timeline.
By the end of this month, we're hoping to actually have alpha versions of Terranode listening on the mainnet. They won't be trying to produce blocks. They'll just be listening and processing peer-to-peer messages. We'll also build, we have built scale testnets, global scale testnets for the Terranode specifically. We can't do this on the scaling testnet because we'll crush it. Because we have proven that Terranode can scale, we've proven what Satoshi always said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin can and does scale. Thank you very much.
Thank you, more like Steve. Absolutely sensational stuff. And trends.cast, look at TDXP app, absolutely macking it. Absolutely macking it. Apps ranking by performed action, though. We've still got Run protocol on there. Crypto Fights 33.2, might have to try that out. And Router SV on there, and there's some other ones we don't know about. But watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. It is growing, no longer just a weather app. And Crypto Quant, look at this. So this just goes to show that the exchanges have been cashing out of BTC because they know it's absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless. So while they've been dumping it, Tether have been printing as much Tether as they can to try and counteract the dumping, which has caused a squeeze in the liquidity and a spike in the price and a massive bubble. It's really not looking good. So let's have a look at what's on chain. Good question. What is on chain? So we've got estimated next block size 12.99 coming in. Current memory pool usage 22.3 megabytes. Beautiful. Joho's memory pool. So a memory pool, data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. That's what we're looking at. What a memory pool is not meant to look like is this. Let's have a look. Look what is this? What is this? Utter shambles. Utter shambles. Good grief. And you can see why it's a shambles on TX Street. And while we're having a look at this, we'll just have a quick word with Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, and listen to his expectations of a payment network.
Fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up. Just shut up. Median fee, $1.41. What a joke that is. And on Ethereum, the median fee is 88 cents. What have you got to say about that, Vitalik?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Yeah, really? So what do you call it? 88 cents? And let's have a look at our own money printing. What do we know about excessive inflation?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
Indeed, it's not looking good. So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it, CoinGecko? 67. Oh, that needs to be upvoted, but still well above 50. That'll do. Yeah, that's all right. And BitPing monitoring all the other world's networks. Let's have a look at this. Money flow per hour, 72 cents. That's going up. That is currently 46 countries. I mean, look at that. The Bitcoin network is the only network that is up 24/7, which means it can measure when other networks go down, and that's what's going on here. What a fantastic use of the Bitcoin network. Absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it. The morning run, so trade volume at $11,000. Honestly, people, stay away from this shit. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law by pumping all these illegal security offerings. Dear oh dear. But what is interesting is purchases here. So this is actually genuine Bitcoin. So there have been 399,172 purchases over 24 hours of Bitcoin. Amazing. So transaction counts. So yeah, same as the purchases. So they're individual purchases. Wow. Trade volume is $18,431,998. $18 million trade volume. Woohoo! All right. And market cap 2.5 billion. That's all right. Still quite healthy. Quite a while ago, people were going, well, Bitcoin, as in like Coolcoin or BTC, it's got $1 billion market cap, time to take it seriously. And here we are in the genuine Bitcoin with the original protocol with a market cap of 2.5 billion. It's still looking pretty good. Let's have a look at the depth chart. Here we go. 4.4 million asks versus 5.6 million bids. That's all right. Numbers going up at the moment then, but it's like upsy downsies. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus the US dollar. Oh, look at that. Manipulating the price, upsy downsies. Good grief, but trying to push it down, push it back up again. And remember, it's just simply data. It's just data. Let's have a look at Coolcoin versus USD. Oh, being pushed down as well. And let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Coolcoin. Ooh. Battle Royale there, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Keep your eyes peeled. We know what's coming. Exciting times. And let's have a look at the entire CMC. Coolcoin up 0.6% over 24 hours. Where is Bitcoin? Oh, minus 4%. Never mind. The entire CMC is completely manipulated. I mean, look, Dogecoin at number 6. Cardano at number 5. Oh, dear. What a joke. Good grief. I actually saw Cardano when it was under a penny. 132x. Never mind. Never mind. Live and learn. Live and learn. YouTube, so 588 subscribers. Oh, none since yesterday. Never mind. But 27 in the last 28 days. Let's have a look at some of these viewing figures here. Let's have a look at yesterday's chart show. 98. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. People getting themselves a good solid education. Oh, look at that feeling good video. 121. All right, interesting. All right, and let's have a look at Streamanity. Ooh, 294, another follower since yesterday. Good stuff. Ooh, made $3.60. $3.60. Those videos can't be in order, surely. That's not the video I posted yesterday. These are all in a different order. Oh, I was going to say that's not right. That's more like it. So yeah, made $1.20 on yesterday's video. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for listening. Do appreciate it. And Twitch, so currently made $99.63. Try earning that on Twitter. And let's have a look at new sign-ups on Twitch. Here we go. 24 hours, 50 new users, heading in the right direction, and 42 followers for me. Let's have a look at Ruthie's tweet. Here we go. 977. Oh, 979. There we go. Round that up to 980. That should be well over 1,000 by now. Well over 1,000. Let's check out our man Satoshi. 79,400. What? That just went down from that said 79.6 just a split second ago. Now it's gone down to 79.4. They've just taken 200 followers away. Honestly, this is why we need Bitcoin. Falsifying the figures, unbelievable. And a stablecoin printer. Here we go. What's going on here? Binance USD. Oof. Binance USD, True USD. Oh dear, oh dear. More Binance USD. Binance USD. It's all Binance USD. That's hilarious. Total scambling in the market. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right, there we go, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're now up to date with the figures. 33 minutes. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch. Forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.sirtoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.